Alright guys, this is part 11 of Sherlock Holmes, and found out a lot in the previous video. The case has been pretty good. I feel that the guy who died, we just did an autopsy on him, got poisoned or what have you. It turns out he did. And now we're going to ask everybody at the flower place more details regarding themselves, and hold on, what's it say here? Find out who killed, yes. Inspect Kew Garden staff buildings and gather information on montage done. Find the plant, yes. Find the stolen plants. Oh, we've got to find the plant that was used to kill him and the stolen plants in general. So, okay, that'd be interesting. So let's go back to Kew Gardens. Any deductions at this point? I cannot remember. Well, I think we did one. Yeah, we did one or two, didn't we? Yeah, okay. Whatever. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, so it's going to get interesting now, because we get to go into those places we couldn't go into beforehand. Should I speak to the... I'm going to speak to the young kid first to see what he says. And then I'll speak to him, because the guy's going to have the key, obviously. So... relationship with your father, how was it? That's an interesting aspect of it. Where is Miss White to begin with?
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Fine, good. What about Martin Hamish? What do you think of him?
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious.
Ah.
He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Ah. And we did have a letter saying, why do you have to put all the people's names on that thing, didn't we? The flyer. So he kind of maybe was taking all the credit for it, and that guy believes, well, I'm the longest serving here, I should be manager, but not you. So yes, he probably hates, but I'm thinking it's him right now at this point. Okay, what about relationship with your father? How was you and him?
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path. I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
I like his confidence. You'll probably end up dead as well, because that guy still works here. He's going to want the thing. Obviously, it would be right that you fall into it. And I was going to say, if you didn't like working here, why are you studying plants and everything? You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. Okay, what about the colonial collection emptied? What was that what was happening with that place?
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Okay, so you don't know much about it. Did we analyse him before? We did, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We completed it. Okay, fine. And the last thing is the door keys, which he will no doubt direct us to the Acting
You
director.
hold the keys to all of these locked doors.
Yes, you can have them. But
Oh,
I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
fair enough.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Interesting stuff. Let's piece together. Albert's ambition. After the death of his father, Albert now feels responsible to manage Kew Gardens. Well, it's just another factor in this point. So he has ambition. Fine, fair enough. I get it. Watson, get out my fucking way. I'm going to murder you. He's going to be pissed when he sees us go into this thing. Let's speak to him anyway. And then we can progress the story as it goes on. So, Albert Dunn, relationship with Dunn, lethal plants. Here we go. So, what about the room?
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Yeah, well, it seems you're very... Well, he blasé with it. Obviously, it's been moved and destroyed. He has something to do with it. There's no doubt about it. Relationship with Dunn. I suppose this is the
As
guy, the
deputy
kid.
director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
No, the adult,
To
okay.
be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
He feels like he didn't care about the plants like him. You know what I mean? Dunn's lifestyle, you say. Well, obviously we know he was a drinker. Seen that from the autopsy.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
He had an eye for the ladies, huh? Maybe he had something for Miss White. Okay, so we're talking about his relationship with his son now. This should be interesting. I bet he doesn't like him either because of his father. And obviously he would be... If we were even to mention the fact that possibly he should take over instead of him, his blood would boil.
what is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often
There you
tell him
go.
so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Wow.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Margaret White, that's it. Wow, that father was a dick. What a total dick. I'm happy he's gone. Just throwing it out there.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
So he had the ache that he was flirting with her and she was talented and blah blah blah. Let's be honest, at this point, with this guy's perspective, he should be the man running the show, and he should be one dating the hot girl, whatever, woman who's into botany as well. Oh, it's a match made in heaven. But obviously she was into the other guy, who was a bit of a charmer, a ladies' man, you know, just could cover up all of his flaws, as it were. And this guy's a bit of a weirdo kind of thing. I feel sorry for the son, but the guy is a total dick, as far as I'm concerned. This guy has his flaws, but it seems that the son would be angry and a little bit... I'm not going to say he would do that to his dad, but at the same time, I would say I wouldn't blame him. But at the same time, A, it's a bit far, but B, this guy's got more angst in it. He would know about the plants and the poisoning and everything else. He said he's studying it and he's useless. The kid's useless, and even his dad would say the same thing. So, who knows? I think it's him, though, definitely.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Interesting stuff going on here, man. Albert's ambition, deadly plants stolen. We ain't got no more clues? I thought we did. Alright, whatever. So, use office key. Well. Director's desk. A safe. What's this? Why cover a mirror up? This is quite a nice little place, isn't it? A little office. I like this. Little desk here. It's got his safe. It's kind of cozy, you know? Nice. Okay. Photograph.
A
Examine.
photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Okay. Before we look in the safe... Ooh, champagne. He was a drinker. There are a couple of glasses here. 4.
French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, a few bowls of it.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
Well, we knew he was a heavy drinker. Now, there's a few things here to look at.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Now, this would be interesting because remember, they were talking about letter to Mr. Wayne. I want to read that. Okay, director of Wayne and Sons Printing. Here we go. My friend, your posters are great and the garden are very beautiful, but surely to lose all this stuff, my name will be alone sufficient. To Mr. F. Wayne, director. Okay. So again, he was right. He was taking all the credit for it. The garden's success. New plant species. The Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce a successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. We have named it the Siberian barley. That's quite clever. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. I bet you Mr. Wayne didn't like that, huh? I mean, yeah, I bet Dunn, didn't like that. And that's in his office, so he knew about it. Interesting. A letter. That's about it to check out. Okay, let's check the letter out. Right. My dearest Margaret. Oh, you wrote Margaret. Oh, the breakup. Here we go. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens, as you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish nothing but good luck. So he broke up with her. Find use for the set of keys open. Yes, we know that. What's this? Oh, sorry. What's this other thing? Oh yeah, we've got to do the fragment of a statue. Yeah, we've got to find the statue. Okay. Find the stolen plant, yes. Find the plant used to kill him. Expect Kew Gardens stuff, we'll do that. Find out who killed him. Meet Miss Margaret at the seed house. So she's at the seed house. We'll go there next. Ah, but first we want safe as well. Hold on. White's expulsion. So he wanted to fire her. Right. That's just another aspect of it at this point. Interesting. Right. Found out some good stuff. Now, what's in the safe? Oh, here we go. Nothing happening. I don't know if we can even get in there. Well, oh no, you can, because you can skip it. Ah. I don't know. This is weird. No clue. What if I held it? No. There's a way of getting in it, but I can't figure it out. I'm not really noticing a click or anything different. I just don't know. Wait. It skipped it? Oh, whatever. The guys, I don't know. I just came out of it. Okay, whatever. Oh, wait, no. I haven't. I can't figure it out, though. There's nothing about it that I can do. That sucks. Isn't there a bloody thing here? We should be able to hack it. I might have to come back to that. I don't know. We can do that before we leave. I don't know. We'll try to. Worst way is offing it. Ah. Wait there. Alright, hold on. Let's go here. And let's do the R1. No. Alright, let's go into this office. Whose office was this? The other dudes? Protective equipment, here we go. Ah, a gas mask that was being burned. And one of them was missing.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
Yes.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Yeah. It's got to be that dude. He was dealing with toxins, knew it was toxic, used one of his things and burned it to burn the evidence. Well, I've already examined the equipment thing. Why is it saying that I've got to do it more? I don't get it. Oh.
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
We already asked that question, they do. Let's leave that door for now. University book. Title?
A botany book.
Is that it? There's anything on the back of it or anything? Ah. Albert Dunn. Repeat year.
This book belongs to Albert.
And repeat year. They studied it twice, huh? Like, you had to do it again, sorry, that year. Chemistry cupboard.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Okay, so someone was dabbling and his book was there. Was it the...
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Ah, I wonder what they recorded. Maybe a confession. Alright, so let's look at the cylinder. 245. Let's turn it on.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 200.
1895.
Study report.
1895. Okay. So she was doing experiments then. Did she kill him? Yeah, she's very good at it. And this might be her office. Hold on, we ain't done everything. Oh, there's two. No. There's just one on the right. There we go. 821. Experiments are working, blah blah blah.
The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish. I don't
Who was speaking though? Are you moron? It was her again, wasn't it?
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal.
I think it was her. I'm starting to think it's her now.
But some plants do indeed transmit.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Right, I think we've done everything we can with that, haven't we? No, we've not. What the hell? There's only two though. I don't get it. 245. What else is there to do?
I don't hear anything.
Oh. I don't hear anything, well, obviously. Let's just handle... I don't get it. We've done... everything. The book ain't even allowing us to click the book or anything. We've heard both of them. Did I not hear everything in this? Can't do anything else other than do the...
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
245. But again, we've done everything we
I
can.
don't hear anything.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced
convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Oh, right, so there's something here they want us to see. Hold on. Table for experiments. Let me check this
is a
first.
table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Shut up, Watson, you prat. Right, so that's it. Okay, and then we have to see something that they... something else we're missing. Is it another cylinder somewhere? We know about this door being there. Something we're missing here. Ah. Wet bottle traces.
There's a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Ah.
Several
Drops of it.
of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
And this is gold dust.
Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
It's in this drawer.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
We need the dog. Fetch Toby. I see. But I'm still... evidence required. Oh, I find... So, okay. That's cool. Okay, so we need Toby. But what I want to do in this situation is... go through
Locked.
here. Oh, it's
Holmes,
locked.
Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Ah, we're breaking the lock. Oh, God. Hold on, guys. You're a pain in the ass. Wait. I have no idea. I generally... hold on. Looking for a line here. There we go. I don't know. Seems perfect, but when that matches up with everything. Hold on. I generally don't know. I just don't know. Rotate all. Wait, sorry. I just don't know. Hold on. Oh, this is driving me insane. Fuck it, I can't be bothered. I'm skipping it. Want to crack on. Ooh. Oh, this is Hamish's locker. These are personal effects. So, let's go down the route if there's anyone particularly guilty. Albert's locker, right.
Locker.
Naval
Specialist
architecture.
articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert
He's
Dunn has
interested
a great
in
passion
ships.
for shipbuilding and the sea.
Nice. Refusal letter. Here we go.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Ah, so he got rejected. Royal Navy School of Recruitment Centre, London, sir. It is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you to the Royal Naval School. Your father, Mr. Modan, has expressed his intention to entrust you to the dictatorship of the Royal Botanic Gardening KEW, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept our best wishes, your future. Oh, damn! You've just mucked your son wanted that, and he's like intervened and said no, don't allow him to do it. We're not going to release him for that. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Outrageous, mate. Find something. Yes, hold on. Yes, we will. I'm outraged at that. He's a piece of shit. Anything in this area anyway. They've given us. Here we go. That's what I knew that was something. Photograph.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Who was the young woman? I feel sorry for that kid, man. The dad was a piece of shit. Right. Hamish, I believe,
Martin
strongly is him. But I'm starting to understand that she also is a very big suspect there.
Martin
Chemistry
Hamish
books.
Studied chemistry. Interesting.
Ah, yes. A letter from Martin. Oh, wait, hold on.
Martin
What do you say about
Hamish
that?
Studied chemistry.
So he knew chemistry as well. So he's a likely suspect as well. Hardcore. What's this photograph?
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
Damn. So that meant nothing, but other than the fact that he's been there forever.
A
Magazine.
review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Oh, it's gotta be him. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for the management position, and as I started already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montage Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead of my free my mind and certainty. Wow. He really wants this job, doesn't he? Inscription for Father and I Kew Gardens. Well, that's a yes. Rejected, and we've got the key thing. Okay. What, is that it? Apparently so. Okay, so it's funny for this thing, right? This whole situation, all three people had reasons to kill this man. That is crazy. Which shows you so much how much of an arsehole he was. The son, outrageous. Just, you know, I don't think you could argue. I don't think it's him because it's his son. He was just a bad dad. The other two, possibly. Okay, so a jewel box. So this is the girl. What's that? A hat. Another letter. And a purse. Look at the diploma.
Miss White is a capable student.
Well, they said that she was good. Before we go to the letter, what's in the jewelry box? Cover, open. Is that it? Is there an inscription on it? Huh? Oh, I just fingered it. Opened it. Fine. What's inside? Ooh.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
Perhaps they were given to her by the man in question. A purse.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Maybe he bought her gifts. A letter from the family. Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money? After all these years you have passed... What? That have passed since you left them without any thought of us. You have never shared with any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Oh, damn. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, and we are... What? As we at home have always done, and none of us ever compromise their relationships... sorry, their reputations, as it appears you have already done with your employer. Mr. Dunn, no, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Your parents, if her parents disowned her, she asked for money, but she had a lot of cash. She needed money. We've got a letter here to look at, and we have a request. Ooh. Request or the letter? Let's go to the letter. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such dilemma. I was born with a wealthy family. I will consider it an honour if you might accept my help. Devoted servant Albert. Wait, when was the breakup? It was from Albert as well, wasn't it? No? Who's Albert then? Albert's letter to Miss White. Who the hell was that? So he wants to help her, this man. Okay. What's this request then?
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
This is very intriguing. So, it's starting to look like the woman. White's expulsion. White's family. It doesn't seem like... Well, that's not linking up to anything. We can't do anything right now. Very odd. We still haven't really found anything over the top concrete. I'm going to just break into that safe. So she was in financial situation and a guy called Albert was bothering her. I was hoping I would discover the thing. The code or something. I don't know if we've got to keep just mucking around for like a minute or two, because it ain't giving us anything. I've got the skip button, I've got to skip it. Sorry guys, there you go. What was in the safe? This is very stuff here. Letter of complaint. A letter in general. Well, let's go to the first letter anyway. My dear friend, please allow me to express disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and save most extraordinary, precious and rare species of plant. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purposes. This divine syndicate, oh, here we go, of whom you speak, have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 1891, so we must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. Hold on. To once again notarize the permissions of these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. See you in... Who? Boodles on Tuesday, as always. Montage done. Huh? Lawyer's help. Oh, we sent it to a lawyer. I'm paying you to defend me, not accuse me. Interesting. So that's the first letter. Letter of complaint. Mr. Dunn, we must... Oh, this is the organisation, isn't it? We must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. What? You do not have any right to hold them in prison. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind the lie. We need you to elaborate. That was reported to the press on the June 1889. What have you done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. So the Divine Syndicate had an issue with him. They never abandoned them. So they must have stolen them back. The search, yeah, there we go. The Design Archives, a member of the Syndicate Press, against Kew Gardens, and mentioned an old case that had been published in the newspaper in June 14th, 1889. They threatened him. I reckon it was them then. Everyone wants to kill this man. Jesus. Okay. The last letter.
I suggest
Good job we
don't
broke into
tell
this.
Miss Margaret White about this document.
Well, debt of Miss Margaret White to Mr... What? Oh, he knows. Someone sent him. Rental of a suite rooms at Oxford Street. Went down there recently. Very nice place. An educational scholarship at the London University. Credits opened at Hamilton. House of Taylor at the Burns Luxury Jewellers. Debt of Miss Margaret White to... Oh, I see. So he paid personal loan. Oh, he was paying for her. This is very extraordinary. Lots of things going on here, boy. White and Dunn. Yeah, the money that White and Dunn regularly gave to Miss White far exceeded the needs of a student. Yes, indeed. He was going to fire her. That's something to put together. Disagreement. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montage Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens. That is true. White studies. No. Hold on. Miss White and her family. Here we go. Next section of it. White's situation. Margaret White's studies and social situation were completely dependent upon Montage Dunn's wealth. And they're just all separate at this point. Okay. Well, we put some things together again. Okay, this is crazy.
What should we do next, Holmes?
You're bloody useless, aren't you, Watson? Okay. Right. Now let me check the situation here. Find the stolen plants. Find the... Yes, who's killed... Okay. Find out who killed him. Meet Miss Margaret White at the Seed House. Ah, oh yeah, we need Toby as well. God's sake. I I'm tempted to speak to everyone before we get Toby. Let's speak to her. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Yeah, it's funny how they call it a nursery. More experiments. Where is Miss White anyway? Oh, Martin's Hamish
A thesis
book.
written by Martin Hamish.
Glasses.
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
Alright, fair enough. What's this? Diplomas.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
No wonder he believes he's best suited to thingy this place.
Diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
Right, work area. Oh, what's this? Posters.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
We've still got to check out that article.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
Right.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Okay. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But okay. So what we've got to do, we've got to get Toby and the archives. Let's go back and get Toby, but we'll also look at the archives so we can wrap that little section up, and then we'll head to Miss White. I believe she's here at the Cedar Room. We've got a lot of information here. It's been crazy how important those two rooms have been. Nothing there right now. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's put together another piece of the case before we get all confused any further. This is search a case of 1889. Naval Defense Act. Cleveland Street Scandal. Here we are. Scandal at Divine Syndicate Club. The Divine Syndicate Club, followers of the God King Truman, situated at 48 Grosvenor Street, Carlton Road, protector of plants, more particularly trees, are currently the subject of administrative investigation. The leaders of this organization are suspected of financial manifest. Okay, it may be that this investigation will lead to charges of judiciary. Okay, meanwhile, many voices have risen high against this inspection, denouncing the state, in fact the private organization which has given its goal the defense and protection of nature, and which incorporate many persons of influential, including political, here we go, representative of the opposition party. So they, for whatever reason, people were part of this particular syndicate, and everyone in government's trying to protect it, but they're known for money laundering or God knows what. Something's going on there. And he's part of it.
Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect.
Here we go.
It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn.
I agree, but I kind of want to get Toby and do what we've got to do before we investigate that next section. There's been a lot going on here.
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens.
You know what's really messed up about Toby? Right now, I have to say. He's more important than Watson. That's right. You heard it. He's actually more helpful to me than Watson. Toby likes going in a car ride. Well, actually, it's a carriage ride, isn't it? Back in these days. Blah blah. What's that? Okay, we're not there. Okay, so I'm going to use Toby at the Kew Gardens and hopefully speak to Miss White.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance.
Go, Toby.
Search,
It's your
Toby.
birthday.
Search.
Right. Down, Toby. Right. Floppy he is. Okay. Place is quite big. I am using the run button, by the way, to move faster. Maybe we'll find one of the plants that was used to kill the man. Wow, look where it is, if it's so inconvenient. Hidden place. Here we go.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
Hidden bottle. Oh, it's the bottle that she made.
This is the
And it
bottle
was
that
found in her
used the
office.
laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes. A
Yeah,
tiny
this was the
caterpillar.
experiment.
Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
This was to test whether it was poisonous or not. Fetch Toby completed. So we'd have to go back to our laboratory to do this. To mess around with it. We've done an awful lot. Where is it? This is not the seed place, is it? That's the nursery. Is there anything else we have to do in it? I don't think so. This was the guy's office. Wait, what was that? That was a window? Yeah. Okay, fine. So Toby's job's done. We have to go to the thingy place. New seeds. Where's the woman? That's what I want to know.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
I mean, I'm assuming she was in the seed room. Huh? Seed house. So what have we got to do thus far? Give me 1 second. We have to speak to her in the seed house. We have to do an experiment back at my Baker Street. And we have to go see the syndicate. Those are 3 things. But guys, I'm going to check the timing of this video. We are coming up close to a point where I would say I'd stop. But at the same time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on with this little section here. And I'm going to wait till there's a save point at least so I know. Margaret White. Let's see how fit she is actually. Okay. That's so fucking bad. Alright, wow, there's lots of... Well, let's say what the seed house. So thousands of seeds. Let me just check around.
This is one of the
Ventilation,
outlets
huh?
of the ventilation system.
That's another thing we have to muck around with as well. We found a lot of stuff out here. In this video.
Materials
Study
for
book.
College study. They belong to Albert.
Albert's stuff's around here an awful lot, isn't it?
A book
Navigation
about
book.
ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
I see. So yeah, this was his little work area, huh? Gloves.
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
So
This
he had
place
new
serves as
gloves.
Albert's office.
I wonder why he had new gloves, but they weren't used, so... Okay, so this is where his little office is. And ventilation here seems to be a thing, doesn't it? Alright, Miss White. Sorry. Anything on the table? No. Speak to Margaret White.
Good
A
day.
lot of information.
You have
we
some
gathered on her.
very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Ah, yes. You've read my books.
I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Working on a case, you know, picking up chicks, whatever. If you want my number, it's all here. I know, it's waiting for you. Okay, so we can analyse her. She ain't bad looking. Not bad. I think she's got to be the... She the best looking one of the game thus far? Maybe the girl who was getting married or married. You know, when she didn't have a black eye. But whatever. Let's analyse. Okay, what's this? Expensive perfume. Well, she is in a lot of money problems, but at the same, who is this guy she's after, or who is offering her money? She's so expensive perfume, so she's living well above her means apparently. Nothing there. Whoa, red hands. That's due to chemical reactions, or she just cold in here? I got a poor family. Oh yeah, sometimes poor families suffer from something like that on the skin. I remember it. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I'm gonna say shingles, but definitely some weird. Like it's a trait. It seems to be in those days. I don't know about today. I couldn't tell you. Dirty fingernails? No. I thought maybe some traces of chemicals. Okay, so what? We've discovered everything about her then? Obviously not this one more thing we're missing. Yeah, I've bypassed something. Let's have a look. I can't see anything per se. I'm normally to say not married or something, you know what I mean? Which he obviously isn't. Wait, it's still focusing on the hands. There's got to be something there. Ah, there we go. Unmarried. Well, that's obvious. She's young and everyone was after her kind of thing, or the guy was anyway. Okay, so theft of plants. Let's talk about that.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
The incident.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Wow, there's a lot to talk about with her, boy. Empty the colonial collection. Do you work here? Relationship with the director. Divine Syndicate. How did you get in? Let's talk about the beginning.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Okay.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honour.
Such a great honour you started banging the director, huh? What is your relationship with the director?
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
Daddy issues.
An exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Yeah, he was a prick.
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Okay. Fair enough.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
How did you get... What?
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss.
So she had access to everything.
Who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
I'd say it's the soap director. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Hold on. Oh, God's sake. What's this? Right, so now we can perform analysis chemistry. Flask burned under the ground at Kew Gardens. Okay, we can check out that. Denied. We can also... Symbol of the broken flower pot. Yeah, we ain't found that either. What's it? Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. What's it say? Symbol on a broken flower pot found. Oh, okay. In the backyard. Yes, the symbol is not of Kew Gardens. Okay. So they, but again, it's not a Kew Gardens thing, and they don't provide plants for them. So why is there a broken flower pot with that on it? It's weird. So we got the performance analysis on that. Remember that this thing here came from her desk, I believe. Yeah. Alright, and it's her. Okay, so find out some plant. Find out the plant. Oh God, yeah. Find out who killed Mr. Einstein. Find out what the one thing is concealing. So they're concealing something. That is the next part. We've pretty much done everything we can at this point. The next thing, obviously. Where the hell am I going? I'm getting confused and lost in here. Oh, thank God for that. Now again, we found out a lot of stuff. So... should we talk to this dude? Kew Gardens.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Not your father?
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
Wow.
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father, so it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
I see.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Very interesting. This guy, I mean, I feel like... So he was a boy and he saw the man who, you know, his father was with take all the credit because he didn't care about it, so he let him get on with it. But then by then he was like, I'm the master of Kew Gardens and all the rest of it. I provided the financial muscle, but with all of his brains going towards it, and then he's dedicated his life to it. Of course he would resent the man and get pissy, especially if he wanted the fame. You know what I mean? Let's talk to the boy. So I'm thinking the woman is the one guilty of it. But he has reason for it. Well, they both do, but he has more reason to want him dead than the girl. But I think she's gone ahead and done it. Dream of entering the Navy. Here we go.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Lies. Albert's hopes.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Interesting stuff. It's all happening. Right, Albert's humiliation, Albert's ambition. Go hand in hand. So, Albert's motive. Albert had the motive to kill his father. One hard done, whatever. Had thwarted Albert's dream of joining the Navy by killing his father. By killing his father, Albert could have his revenge and eventually succeed in his father's place as director of KEW Gardens. That's a good point. Okay. New director. His anger. Here we go. Hamish's motive. His motive is he believed that he and his father lives had been ruined by Dunn, who had taken credit for all of their work. Hamish wished to take over that director. Yeah, like he not be possible. Dunn's still alive. We know that at this point. And then this is just and sit at this point. Now we have to go back and study that place. Alright, there's a save point at this point in time, I believe. Let's go back to Baker Street, where we will be performing the thing. The analysis. Here we go. This is the next part. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the playthrough. It's been an hour plus now. We found an awful lot of stuff out. At this point, all three suspects are very capable of killing this man. I think some more than others, but the guy, the man with glasses, and the woman obviously are the two prime suspects. I think, based on what we found in his glass buried, is essentially, maybe it's a team effort between both of them. The man and the woman. She wanted to get rid of him, and he wanted the power of taking over KEW Gardens. Makes perfect sense to me, but right now I'm thinking out of both of them, she had the balls to do it. But then again, he also had knowledge of chemistry. So it's out of those two for me at this point in time. But yeah, we'll see what conclusion I come to and who I want to punish right at this point in time anyway. Because at the end of the day, I'm Sherlock Holmes and I just decide what I decide. And people go with it because I'm a famous detective and I never get anything wrong. Shh. Alright guys, please like, share, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.